What up? How y'all doing? It's Scott. We got another project. We need a few of them floating around here. It's fourth truck, third OBS. So this one's new. I don't think nobody's seen it yet. I've had it a couple of weeks. Due to my crazy work schedule, haven't done anything with it. Um, it's probably gonna be a long video, but a little backstory. Say 97 GMC 3500 dually. Got the 454 in it. Motor hadn't been ran in a couple of years. Truck been sitting. Um, Guy that had it, I guess, bought it new, hauled a race car with it, and developed some cancer. Bless his heart. And truck just been sitting. So we scooped it up. Gonna see if we can put it back on the road. So first things first, before we even try to crank it, I'm gonna pull the plugs out of it and see if we can free cylinders up and just give it a new chance at life. So, I'll give you a little walk around and kind of the game plan for it. Here she is, 97 3500 crew cab. Body's not terrible on it. Inside's decent. No bad seat, but windshield kind of low mileage at 205. A lot better than Long Linda, but dash pretty legit on it. Um, Back seat's good. Good headliner. She's in pretty decent shape. She's dirty. Like I said, it's been sitting for a little while. Clean. She was used to tow a race car. I don't know if you can see or not right here. They took the gooseneck out of it. We're gonna have to weld a piece in for the bed there, cover that up. But body's pretty legit. It's got a little bad spot in the tailgate there. The passenger door, this little fiberglass work here. Passenger door got beat up a little bit. That's pretty easy. These trucks are a dime a dozen at a junkyard. Got some Alcoas need to be shined up on her. That's what we're working with here. Old Vortec 454. Like I said, we're gonna pull the plugs out of her, fill her full of some fogging oil, let her set. I've got to go out tomorrow. Got a little short run, so it's probably a couple of part video, but just try to walk you through a little bit with it. I don't know if y'all know this one or not. This is we're gonna call her Long Linda. She's a 96 3500. She clean. Half a million miles on this rig. Got to do some paint work, a little body work on it. It's got some weld racing wheels. Um, did end up putting new tires on it. Check out that bumper. But she's pretty all right. Runs good. Got a 6.5 Detroit in it. Little turbo motor. Um, Runs great. Drove it to Nashville, 22 miles to gallon. Very happy about that. We got some goodies coming for this one. Actually, going to be here today, so you have to stay tuned for videos on that. Um, the reveal, but she's dirty in here. I'm working out of her, but over half a million miles on this rig, and man, she is getting it. But she's clean. Like I said, don't worry about all my mess in there. But yeah, so everybody has to stay tuned for that. We got some good stuff coming up for this one, and hopefully this one. So she was cheap enough. I'm not mad about it at all. But stay tuned. Let's see what we can do with it. Little update. Got all the plugs out of him. Only a couple of casualties there on the wires. So anyway, plugs don't look bad actually. They're AC Delco plugs. None terrible. Went ahead and sprayed the cylinders down with this Freon. This is some good stuff, man. It's about $12 a can. They sell it at a local auto parts store here. I suggest if you do this job, pull the mass airflow sensor off and the air intake box. So anyway, we got the plugs out and sprayed the cylinders down. We're gonna let it sit a minute. I did go in there and hit the key, and starter is sound like the flywheel's about chewed up on it. So kind of looks like it's got a new starter. You can see it there or not, but anyway, I'm gonna pull it off and check the shims and check the flywheel in it, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Well, went ahead and pulled the starter out of it. I mean, it don't look terrible, but I don't think that's supposed to be like that. Look at us play in and out, up and down. Wow, busted all up. Look at that. Wow. So the wrong starter they made work, or they had it in a bind when they put it in. It kicked sideways. These big blocks are a high compression motor. A lot of people don't realize that. So I guess we're gonna go get a starter and see what happens with it. All right, then. I had this old big block starter off another big block I'm building right now. We'll disclose that later. But wow, look what a difference here. Best I can tell, this is probably a starter off a 4.3. Somebody tried to stick it on the old big block here and he wasn't having it. So we've got this one. Not less rough, but hey, it's still worth a try. So anyway, went to Idiot Zone. Got some new plugs put in, new plug wires. So we're gonna put this big block starter on it here and let's see what happens. Maybe we can get this thing and make a little racket here in a little bit, and I'll update in a bit. All right, then. So crawled up under here, put new starter on. New starter wouldn't go. What the hell? Pulled the inspection plate off transmission here so I could look and remember the piece of that starter that was missing. Found it right there, wedged in between the flywheel and transmission case. So we're gonna get that pulled up out of there, and I bet you she'll turn over now. We'll see what happens. All right, then. Got a new starter on it. Got over nasty stuff. Piece of that other starter out of the bell housing and flywheel, and took the old battery out of Lone Linda. We'll see what happens right here. See if we can get this motor to spin over. I still don't have the plugs in it or wires or anything, but let's just see what happens. We can maybe get her to kick over. Oh, she ain't happy. Alright then, let's go see what we got wrong. Let's go see. Alright, we got a little update here. Putting plugs back in it now. We're gonna go ahead and throw some new. Alright, we got a little update here. We go ahead and put our plugs in it, throw new wires on it, and so I took the other starter out, and I put another one in it, another starter I had laying around. I don't think there was an issue with that starter. The other one just kind of fit a little bit better. But now what I'm contending with is the inspection plate on the torque converter is hitting, because it's I guess it got bent up or something when that piece of starter came off right here. It wrapped around it and ate it up pretty good. So I'm in the process of getting that straightened out right now, but in the meantime we're just going to go ahead and put some plugs and wires on it and see if we make this thing talk to us a little bit. But motor spin's free now, so it shouldn't be an issue. Tell y'all something, putting in these plugs right now, you see this? It's anti-seize. Look, put a little bit on there, rub that stuff around with your finger a little bit, get on them plugs real good. You see here, look at that, coat every thread. So what that does is next time you or someone else changes plugs, they'll come out a whole lot easier. It took me 10 minutes to get 2 plugs out of this truck because I had to run them in, run them out, run them in, run them out, because somebody didn't use anti-seize on them. This stuff's $2 for a little bitty pack. It'll make you look like old Tin Man, but you know what? Worth it. So go invest in you some next time you do plugs. All right, it's like 2 a.m. next morning. Truck's still on the trailer. We got the motor spinning freely. We got new plugs, new wires in it. I feel like she's gonna run. Unfortunately today we weren't able to get it fired up, but that's all right. So I'm gonna go to work for a few days and then we'll get back on it. Also, what I was telling you about Long Linda parts coming in, they're here. So stay tuned for that video too. Appreciate you. Peace.